So you're in the bus, and I'm black, right? And I want to sit at any spot, but I can't do that. Do you know how to change things? Well, I am Martin Luther King Jr. I want to help people to have civil rights. That's it.
It was a warm day, and the police escorted a young girl out of her house into an all-white school. As angry people shouted and called her names, making her feel joyless and afraid.
Do you know who was the first black girl to go to an all-white school? Have you ever been shouted at or called names?
Hi, I'm Ruby Bridges. Hi, I'm Ruby Bridges, and I was the first black girl to go to an all-white school.
November 14th, 1960, when I was 6, I went to France Elementary School.
Me and my mother was escorted while the crowd was yelling at us, but I still went to school as a brave girl.
Now I am a full-time adult with 4 kids, and I'm happy with my life.
No, you were supposed to go to this school, not that school. The daring girl fought the crowd and who put up the hateful signs. Do you know a person who wants equal rights? Do you want to know stuff about it? I am Alice Paul. I was born on January 11th, 1885. I supported the Equal Rights Amendment in 1923 and spent the rest of my life fighting for the ratifications to ensure the U.S. I died in 1977 in Greenfield, New Jersey.
Woo is the sound of the massive crowd of the gigantic NBA stadium. The players are running up and down the long court. 1, 2, 3. The players make a three-pointer.
Then your favorite player comes out. Not even 1 minute into the game, he dunks down the ball with a loud bang.
The crowd goes wild while he catches a crazy alley-oop from his teammate. Then he makes a 3 from the logo on the buzzer game winner.
Have you ever invented something really popular?
Have you ever invented a major sport?
Have you ever played basketball before?
Hello, and I am James Naismith. I was born November 6, 1861, but I sadly passed away in 1939. I invented a very popular sport called basketball. You might think basketball might just be putting a ball in a rim, but you're wrong. It's way more than just that.
I invented the sport in the winter of 1881. I made 13 original rules with the game. The game was so popular that in 1936, my game became an Olympic sport.
Over 300 million people play today. I was a physical education instructor at Springfield College in Massachusetts. Basketball at first started as an indoor game, but modern basketball you can play inside or outside.
When I first made basketball, I made the basketball like a soccer ball, but with football laces. But the first ever basketball game I played was in December 1891.
The baskets at the time were peach baskets. In the game, the boys that played tackled, kicked, and punched.
One of the boys even got knocked out unconscious. After the game, I started fouls, and I also started a training school to help people play.
But in 1982, my game became popular. A couple years later, in 1898, I became a coach for the University of Kansas.
I wasn't intendally hired to be a coach. They only played nearby teams because there weren't many colleges that played basketball.
My coaching record at the University of Kansas is 55 and 60.
Gunshots popped in the distance. Bombs exploded. Men died and screams were heard. Flames started to burn. Do you know who I am? Have you been in the World War II? I am John Baseline, the World War II hero to receive the Navy Cross and the Medal of Honor. I died in action from being shot. I set up machine guns and I was a machine gunner in the Marine Corps and the Army. I was the only person to receive the Navy Cross. I was born on November 4th, 1916, but I sadly died February 19th, 1942.
You're in the bus and there's no space in the back because it's packed. And you go to sit in the front, but a white person comes in and starts to tell you to move. But you stay in place and stand up for yourself because there's no space for you in the back. And so you don't move. But then the bus driver comes and tells you if you're going to move or not. And they call the police and you get arrested.
Do you know who changed life?
Do you know who changed life?
Do you know who changed life? Hi, I'm Rosa Parks.
It was a normal day when I was so happy with a big smile, as there was smoke flowing into the sky from the back of the bus. I went to go get on the city bus, but a man in the back said, "Sorry, lady, you're going to have to sit in the front."
And I decided that I was going to sit in the front because I had no choice. After then, I sat in the front, but there wasn't enough space for me in the back, sitting in front of the other white girls.
And then a white guy came in on the bus, and the driver looked in the mirror, but since I was so short, the bus driver couldn't even see me.
The white man kept on telling me if I wasn't going to move on, I can't see. The white man kept telling me if I wasn't going to move or not, and then the bus driver got up and he told me to move, and I said no. I am gonna stay right here. And I am not moving. Listen, if you don't give me.
It's me. Listen, if you don't give me them seats, I will call the police. I said, you may do that. And the man called me stupid just because I didn't move. The police came and had me arrested by force.
History Museum.
By Carolina,
Ashley,
And Emily.
In 1858, a coup by Confederate forces sent Mexico's president into exile, but someone succeeded him. After 3 years, he was elected as president in 1861.
do you know how it feels to lose parents when you were young? Do you know how it is to be a president? Have you worked when you were young? Have you ever been a short president? Do you know who I'm talking about?
Did you get it right? Hi, my name is Benito Pablo Juarez Garcia. I was born on March 21st, 1806, in San Pablo, Gualatao, Oaxaca, New Spain. I was very young when my parents died. I was only 3 years old. I moved to Oaxaca City when I was 12, working as a domestic servant. When I grew up, I was a Mexican president. I was the shortest president. I was only 4 feet and 137 centimeters. I died on July 18, 1872 in Mexico City.
One day on April 13, 1947, at a baseball game, came a black man on the baseball field. Everyone shocked and yelling at him because they thought black people should not play baseball, but he shrugged it off and kept playing. Have you ever played baseball? Do you know how to play baseball? Hello, my name is Jackie Robinson. I was born January 31st, 1919. I was the first African to play in the MLB. I like to play sports. I played basketball, I did track running, and baseball. Then I got older. I got signed by the Los Angeles Dodgers. My first game was on April 13th, 1947. People did not like me because I was black, but I still played, and I played for years and sadly died October 27th, 1972.
It was a cold day at Cambridge University. Me, Sir Isaac Newton, felt the cold death feeling of the plague around London and around me. And I was working in my room at the university, and we had to leave because it had to close down because of the plague. So I went home, and I was sitting by an apple tree studying science, and then an apple fell. And I said, why doesn't the apple fall sideways or that way? So I wanted to study gravity. And then I proved that all light was the same because I set up 2 prisms, and when the light went through the first prism, it was white, and then when it went out the second, it was colored.
I am an American businessman. Kellogg was an advocate of theological modernism. American physician and health food pioneer whose development of dry breakfast cereals was largely responsible for the creation of flake cereal industry. I am a vocal eugenicist, and I am particularly concerned with race degeneracy. I believed that eugenics and ethnics were ideological approaches that presented an answer to diseases and the Earth.
Bombs exploded, people were screaming, and the fire started to spread. People died in the war I got on a tank and shot people. Do you know who I am? Hint, I was in the World War II. I am Adi Mercy. When I got on a tank that was on fire, I shot 50 Germans and I received a Medal of Honor for Valor.
It was a cold and breezy night with the wind howling. Have you ever changed the world? Hello, I am the civil rights leader who did the civil movement to stop the racial segregation between the blacks and whites. I am Martin Luther King Jr. I am born on 1929, January 15th. Atlanta, Georgia. I died on April 4th, 1968.
That's pretty good. It's amazing.